As car lovers, we can't help but get excited when we see a beautiful piece of machinery going fast, sliding sideways, or looking so fresh that we debate selling everything of ours and just living in the car, because why not? Who said we can't? Make sure you guys watch till it ends so you can discover if perhaps you've seen one of these 10 banned cars roaming in the shadows, roaming in the dark streets at night. Who knows? If this is your first time here, my name's Hatim Sharaf, where we're talking everything cars, baby. Let's go. Now, all these cars we're about to talk about have been banned by the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration, also known as the NHTSA. So because of them, many vehicles created by foreign manufacturers need an American version to be able to comply with all of the regulations. Of course, that becomes a large endeavor that many manufacturers aren't necessarily willing to undertake. And as a result, these vehicles are deemed as illegal street cars and therefore can't be imported. So, we have to suck it up. Thanks to the NHTSA, they have deprived us of some pretty dope cars. Car number 1, the Porsche 959. You already know I had to start the list off with a Porsche because I'm obsessed with them, man. I love Porsches. And this one is a rare and limited edition racing car that joined the blacklist back in the late 80s. We're talking 450 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, a top speed of 198 miles per hour. Woo! Porsche wanted to take the 911, a top-selling model, to the extreme. We got the rear-mounted twin-turbo flat-6 engine, the all-wheel drive system, and an ultra-light aerodynamic body. I don't know about you guys, but I think this car looks absolutely dope. But I'm not the only one. There's this guy also. He goes by the name of Bill Gates. The Porsche 959 became even more famous when Bill decided that he wanted to pick one of these up, but it was impounded by US Customs due to it being illegal to import. So that goes to show you guys, even if you are a billionaire, sometimes you still can't win. It took 13 years to get the car in, and this was thanks to an exemption in an import law called show and display. So under the show and display clause, a car that has not passed the crash test, emissions test, or other tests could be imported if it was in the public interest to show or display it. But that begs the question, why did the Porsche 959 never pass the US safety test in the first place? It was because these Porsches were so complex and expensive to make that Porsche lost literally about $500,000 for each one sold. $500,000 gone, just like that. So you gotta think, when they're in the Porsche headquarters, they're like, damn bro, we gotta crash some of these? I mean, $500,000 a pop? I mean, is it worth getting these into the US for that? Apparently not. Car number 2, the Jaguar XJ220S, baby. The standard XJ220 car was one of the fastest in the world, reaching top speeds of 217 miles per hour, breaking the 1993 Guinness World Record. But you have to remember, that was just the standard model. They wanted an even faster car. So they released the S model that comes with a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. They stripped down the car, removing the pop-up headlights, the heavy seats, the AC, all of it just to reduce the overall weight. So you want to talk about a rare car? I mean, there's just 6 of these that were ever made, so this slid into the rank of an iconic supercar of the 90s. What's funny about all this is that S model that came out, it was actually dubbed the road-going version of the original Jaguar XJ220, but it was banned. It was literally banned for being too fast for the streets and had some safety issues. So in the end, maybe it wasn't the road-going version. Car number 3, 1993 Lamborghini Strosec Diablo. The initial Diablo was dubbed after a breed of fighting bull, which is pretty dope. But the Lamborghini Diablo Strosec earns its name from Vittorio Strosec, a German automotive designer and tuner who is popular for modifying luxury cars. You see, Strosec took the original Diablo and was like, all right, this is pretty dope, but I'm gonna make it even doper. So he decided to retrofit the car with his own custom kits, new wheels, a modified spoiler, distinct mirrors. And when I say distinct mirrors, I mean, yo, look at this. Look at this car. Kind of looks like a bug to me. Am I the only one? I don't know what bug I'm thinking of, but it looks like something. Nonetheless, whatever I think about them, the authorities also did not like the controversial mirrors due to the safety concerns. But the nail in the coffin to get this car banned was because it was the fastest car at the time, clocking over 200 miles per hour. But if you're checking out this car and you do like it and you're like, bro, I kind of want to own one of these, but it's banned. The good news is the last of the Diablos came out in 2001. So that means it will once again be legal to own and drive one starting in 2026. Car number 4, the TVR Cigars, a very, very British car. This is powered by a 4.0 liter straight 6 engine paired with a 5-speed manual transmission, 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, and has a top speed of 185 miles per hour. Maybe your grandfather once saw one of these cars in the United States because they weren't always banned from America. Up until the mid-1980s, Blackpool's finest sports car manufacturers were readily being shipped to awaiting buyers in the USA. All of a sudden, exports suddenly stopped and rumors went around over what might have triggered it. Most likely the car lacking features like ABS and airbags. What's sad about this car maker though is that no new TVR model was sold to buyers in the United States since then, and no TVR car will ever be sold again because they went bankrupt in 2006. All right, car number 5. You knew this was gonna be on the list. You knew it. Before you clicked on this video, you're like, bro, I know I'm gonna see this car 100%. I already know. I love this car myself. We're talking the Nissan Skyline R34. The most celebrated and legendary Japanese performance vehicles of all time, loved and desired by many. There's a lot of myths and rumors about why this car is illegal. Maybe it's too powerful for the roads in the United States, or maybe because it's right-hand drive and it's too problematic for the road, or maybe it's due to the fact that this car has legendary performance and it's just too easy for drivers to outrun cops. But it's actually just rooted in your typical safety laws. It's not so exciting as we'd like to think. You see, Japanese vehicles of the 1980s and 1990s were never recognized for their safety features, especially performance cars. Many Japanese cars of this era had a fairly loose approach to emissions control, especially performance cars. I mean, bro, they're not thinking safety, they're thinking power, baby. They want to go fast, speed is on their mind, and that's what we built the car for. So I know what some of you are saying, and you're like, Hatim, I've seen one of these cars on the streets before. You're a liar. And while I might be, I don't know, I might be. But what I do know is that some of these Skylines, they were never legal to even begin with. You see, you had a lot of individuals and businesses who got creative to try to get these cars in. From sticking on fake plates, to complex VIN swapping, the age-old kit car trick, where you literally import the car as a bunch of parts and then you put them back together again, and now it's a kit car. I mean, people got creative. Long story short though, the Skyline is illegal in the United States because it doesn't meet the requirements of the 1988 Imported Vehicle Safety Compliance Act. Now that is a mouthful. So the reason it's banned, like I said, is not as exciting. So we'll stick with the old urban legends. We'll go that route because it sounds much cooler. And the car's super dope, so let's just put that story with it and, you know, we'll say that's what it is. I do have good news, my GTR friends, because the first R34 rolled off the production line in 1999. Therefore, it will be 2024 before you can legally import an R34 GTR into the United States under the 25-year law. All right, we're moving along here. If you're enjoying this video so far, slap the like button. I really want you just to punch your screen and, you know, make it go blue that way. Car number 6, the Noble M600. That's a pretty dope name. Built on a steel backbone with aluminum and carbon fiber chassis. This car is powered by a 4.4 liter Volvo mid-mounted twin turbocharged V8 engine with an output of 650 horsepower, achieving 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and a top speed of 225 miles per hour. You also have the base model carbon fiber clad racer or the gorgeous open top speedster. So, I mean, the chances of still seeing these on the road are very slim. And just by looking at this car, I can't help but think it kind of looks like a Ferrari. I mean, who's the designer on this thing? Because I mean, where was this guy pulling his inspiration from? Come on. And if you want to take a guess on why this car was banned, I'll give you 3 seconds to do so. 3, 2, 1, safety issues. Who knew? But honestly, its price alone at the time should be declared illegal, coming at a whopping $333,000. All right, car number 7. You know this one. You've seen it before, the Nissan Silvia S15. And you've probably noticed this car in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Come on, it's the all-time greats when it comes to drift cars. With its extreme tunability, age-defying aesthetics, and hunger for turning sideways, the S15 was every car enthusiast's dream. This car arrived in 1999 with a remarkable 247 brake horsepower and 203 foot-pounds of torque from the most powerful inline-4 SR20 DET to date. Much like the S13 and the S14, the S15 was also available with numerous different options available. And many wonder actually what the difference was between the two main models, the Spec S and the Spec R. You see, the Spec R was the most sought after model in the S15 range, featuring either a 6-speed manual transmission or a 4-speed auto. But the main difference between the JDM Spec R and the Spec S was the Spec R's 247 brake horsepower turbocharged SR20 DET engine, where the Spec S received the underwhelming 163 brake horsepower SR20 DE. Sadly, the Silvia was never sold in the US. There was a guy who imported one and actually faced 20 years in prison with a $250,000 fine. I mean, bro, come on. The dude just wants to drive a car. The unofficial reason for the S15 being kept from American drivers is safety, as always. Car number 8, the Pagani. Huara.
This is a Pagani Huayra.
Mr. Pagani himself, the man of art and quirks, he literally has incorporated his naming creation after winds. For example, with the Pagani Zonda, it gets its name from a hot north wind that sweeps down from the Andes over the Argentina Pampas. But this car has been named after a South American god of wind. It's pretty evident on why he names his cars after swift winds, because he incorporates smooth, elegant flowing lines throughout the car. A true beauty to look at, but an even better one to drive. This car is powered by a Mercedes AMG sourced twin turbocharged V12 that is rear mid mounted. It pumps out 791 horsepower with 775 foot-pounds of torque and has a 7-speed single clutch gearbox. But the wise man behind this didn't want to add 154 pounds, so he went with the single clutch gearbox so that he can hit speeds of 230 miles per hour. But it's not only about straight line speeds here. Hidden in its elegant sculpted body are some serious aerodynamic bits. Of course, he couldn't just use regular old carbon fiber. No, he's not that type of guy. He decided to use a fused material called carbon titanium HP62 that uses titanium weaves in between the slices of carbon fiber to withstand the added threshold of heat and strain. Of course, we get to miss out on this car in the States because it's missing one safety feature, which allows airbags to be deployed in a controlled manner when children are seated in the passenger seat. Of course, Pagani was pissed off about this, so they tried for an exemption, stating to change this feature would cause them substantial economic hardship, but still the NHTSA denied it. But there is a twist here. Not all these cars are illegal in the US because they came out with a BC version, which, I mean, yeah, it was confined to 20 units and it's probably cost you a pretty penny to own one, but the good news is that there is a version that is street legal in the US. Let's go, baby. Number 9, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. So let me take you back. It's 2011 and Lamborghini creates one of its most highest performing cars and the most expensive one to date. Powering the Sesto Elemento is a 5.2 liter V10 engine that kicks out 600 horsepower. It can go from 0 to 60 in less than 2.5 seconds and can hit speeds well over 200 miles per hour. And as awesome as this sounds and as cool as it was actually very difficult to see one of these cars because they only came out with 20 of them. So honestly, I doubt this car is gonna be rolling up to your next car meet, but we can cross our fingers and hope maybe one day it does. You see, the name Sesto Elemento is the Italian equivalent of 6 element. The name refers to the element carbon, which is the atomic number 6 in the periodic table, which the car is made of. And it is this very material that makes this luxury car ultra light. So that's a pretty cool Easter egg on how they came up with that name. So not only was 20 of them made, but they were also built strictly for the track and not the streets. And because of that, they were banned in the United States, because there's no street versions that were even created. I mean, literally, the car seats aren't even seats. It's just the chassis lined with cushion. So, I mean, you can see why that would be illegal. All right, we're gonna get into number 10, but before I do, I have a question for you. What are some other cars that have been banned in the United States that no one knows about? I wanna know in the comment section. Car number 10, the Weissmann GTMF5. The MF5 came in 2 models. We have the Weissmann Roadster MF5 and the Weissmann GTMF5. What's cool about this car manufacturer, it had barely 100 employees, which, I mean, it's nothing compared to big German car makers. But that being said, much of the GTMF5 is entirely handcrafted in-house. I mean, this car looks absolutely sick, man. It gives me like a old school but new school look for some reason. Super sleek, Something you can roll up to a business meeting in. I don't know, I like it. The GTMF5 was a German custom convertible produced in 2009. Only 55 of these vehicles were assembled, each possessing a 555 horsepower twin turbo engine with a maximum torque of 502 foot-pounds and a 6-speed automatic transmission with a top speed of 193 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in just 3.9 seconds. Sadly though, for them to pass the USA crash safety test, you actually have to go find 3 of them and smash them. So with only a couple dozen of them left in existence, I mean, that would be something of a pity and probably not worth it for the company. But we can still be excited because there might be a return of an icon, Weissmann's upcoming project Thunderball, which is set to enter production in 2023. This is the brand's first new car since 2009. So now that you know of these 10 legendary cars, make sure you guys keep your eyes open. If you're in another country, maybe you have a chance seeing one. And if you get a chance to drive one, I mean, hats off to you because that sounds like a lot of fun. Well, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Again, my name's Hatim Sharaf, where we're talking everything cars. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, comment, because it helps me out. And if you guys did like this video, make sure you check out this one.